If opera were wine, Salome by Richard Strauss would surely be one of the strongest. Stuttgart Opera's current production takes bold risks, including an explicit scene where Queen Herodias lies in bed with her two toy boys, a daring choice rarely seen in musicals. While musicals often cater to family audiences and reflect the conventional middle-class tastes, opera in major European cities nowadays has embraced more daring, artistic, and experimental approaches, often challenging its sophisticated audiences. This provocative opening is just the beginning. The intensity only builds from here. As we all know, the biblical story of Salome climaxes with a severed head presented on a silver platter, accompanied by bloodshed all over the stage. Angela Merkel even makes a surprising appearance in this production through stock newsreel. Old footage, along with real-time camera captures on stage, is edited and projected onto screens and monitors. This meta-theatrical technique, known as live cinema, may not be new but remains impactful when applied effectively. See the circular lighting installation on the wall? That's a signature of the director. When you see such a circle in a modern, minimalist opera, often accompanied by male nudity, it's unmistakably the work of Kirill Serebrennikov, the visionary Russian theater director. He's also a filmmaker. Right there, a circular halo behind his protagonist. Serebrennikov is well known for his outspoken criticism of Putin, a stance that has brought him legal prosecution. Back to the opera, the king has married his brother's wife, even though his brother is still alive. Much like many modern political couples, the king and queen prioritize power and ambition over personal feelings. The portrayal of their open relationship, along with the lavish and sensual scenes, symbolizes a world of moral decay, evoking the inevitable decline and doom of empires throughout history. The set, filled with cameras and monitors, reflects how the palace controlled the outside world as a police state. Princess Salome is both a spectator and a victim of its oppressive surveillance. Explicitly, her obsession with violence is portrayed in a scene inspired by the darkly comedic cartoon Happy Tree Friends. In this production, Saint John the Baptist is reimagined as a Muslim, a bold reinterpretation that draws parallels to the contemporary European politics. With the camera in hand, Salome captures and admires John's physical features. The camera becomes a striking metaphor for her subjective gaze, objectifying John in an almost inhuman way, like a hunter is appraising and stalking her prey. Your mouth is like a branch of coral that fishermen have brought out of the dark sea caves and have given to the kings. The staging aligns seamlessly with the aesthetic libretto by Oscar Wilde. The result is both chilling and mesmerizing on stage. Now, for the infamous Dance of the Seven Veils, arguably the most famous striptease in history. Salome performs this dance for King Herod in exchange for the treasure she desires most. Serebrennikov's genius shines in this scene, where the royal banquet descends into an orgy-like spectacle without explicit sexual acts. Guests undress and recline on couches, while projection of Islamic text in shadow and light flow over their bodies like water. The interplay of lust and moral strictures of religious doctrine creates a striking tension. It's far more thematically powerful than the usual choreography of dancers swirling around the stage. Finally, Salome's Liebeslied, one of the most astonishingly beautiful moments in the entire operatic repertory. The music flows with chromaticism and ecstasy, perfectly capturing her obsessive desire and a psychological climax. I appreciate that the director keeps this moment simple, refraining from imposing extra layers of new meaning, just to allow the music to erupt and flow. I overheard a group of visiting US high school students. One exclaimed, "It's mad." And he's not wrong. Opera is famous for its dramatic and violent plots, and German opera houses often take this to the extreme. It is an approach rarely seen in the more artistically conservative opera houses of the United States. This production is an unforgettable experience, one that can keep your eyes wide open or perhaps wide shut.